Ready, set, go. All right. So, quickie little break there, and let's quickly now try to transition because our real goal here in adding the sliders and adding in the HSB color mode is so that we can get to a point where we can make a very something that's similar to our good buddy there, Joseph Albers, and make it so that we can adjust those colors and really kind of explore the idea of interacting, how colors interact with each other. So let's do that now. Right now, I have a couple different ways I can kind of approach this. One is I'm going to change the size a little bit of the stage or the canvas that we're dealing with here so that it can be a little bit wider. And what I want to do is I want to mimic the work of Albers. And so this example that's similar to something that, very similar to something that he did, I want to take this and I'm going to pull the colors from it. And when I pull the colors from it, because I want it to be as close to this example as possible, I am going to use a website that does it. There's a really actually interesting website that Adobe makes. It's called Kuler, but it uses a K in its name and a U. So we'll quickly, I'm on a Mac, but if you're on the PC, you can use a snipping tool, but I'm going to use, on a Mac, I can use Command-Shift-4. If you're on a Mac, on a PC, do a quick search on your computer for a snipping tool, and you should be able to take a quick picture of it. Now, I don't need to be exact to the edges here. I just want to get a screenshot of that so I can sample colors off of it ultimately. So next, what I'm going to do is do a quick color search. So if I do color, I think it comes up right away. Yep, there it is. Adobe Create a Color Wheel. So when I click on this link for Kuler, color, you'll see that it comes to here, and there's a new version. This has been around for years, but the newer version is actually really interesting, and it's worth testing out. If you want to go through and pick different colors or find color sets that are really matching and appropriate, this is a wonderful tool, whether you're an artist or whether you're a web designer or you're just somebody fooling around with different things where you want to like make maybe even your blog match the color of the sunset or your banner or things like that. I've used this many, many times in web design and it works wonderfully. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to come down and find a spot where, over to the left-hand side here, it says extract from image. So we want to click on that, and now it'll allow us to select a file. So if I click on that select file on a Mac, the way the default is set up, it will actually save your screenshots. And I did a screenshot by Command-Shift-4, and then I could drag a box. That on a Mac. If you're on a PC, then the snipping tool will, by default, kind of give you that option. And I'm going to pick this one here, the screenshot that I just created. I hadn't done this one before, so I'm kind of filling in the gap here with our presentation. And when I do that, here it's uploaded that image, and you can notice that it's now already selected all of the key colors that are in this image. And if I didn't like one, I could kind of move it around a little bit to get it right in the center if I thought maybe it was a little bit too on the edge of the different colors. And now I can go in and very quickly kind of pick this and say, I want these colors. Now, you'll notice what's interesting here is there's a color here and this color. These colors are identical, even though they may not seem it in this span and with the interaction of the colors. So it's part of the coolness of this project. So let me go to my color wheel. There we go. So now that I've selected it and I've done my color wheel, I don't think you actually need to create the account to make this one work. So don't be lured into creating an Adobe account if you don't have one already. But in this case, I really just want the values here so I can start off. Down here at the bottom on this side, I can say, hey, I want there to be just the RGB value, or I can choose the hue saturation values. That's what I want in this particular case, because I'm going to be adjusting just my hue back and forth on my color wheel. So down here at the bottom, now I can pick and and pull all of these values from here. I'm going to edit these out as I copy and paste and pull those values over, but you can do it from any kind of image set you want and do those ones pretty easily. So don't be discouraged at this point. You just can take it from any image or any color set. If you want to just copy from my code ultimately at the end, you're more than welcome to. So I'm going to pause for a second while I copy all those and pull them in so you don't have to watch it.